Plaintiff Dan Oatsfall and his wife Jill say Dan has been in the sign business since he was 17 years old. And years ago, he nearly died after a 2,000-pound sign fell on him. Dan claims the defendant hired him to make 2 signs for her, but he's suing her today for a bounce check and a bank fee. Defendant Tracy Burnett says owning a restaurant has been a lifelong dream of hers, and she finally opened one and named it after her deceased father. Tracy says she offered to meet up with Dan to pay him, but he refused.
Start with you.
I've been in the sign business ever since I was 17 years old, and I'd like to present you with a little sign.
All right, sure. Doyle, you want to get it?
Sir, you might understand the first part of it quite well, and I'm sure you can relate to the second part.
You can be anything you want. It's strange that so many people choose to be stupid.
That's inspiring.
What do you mean I can relate to the second part?
The first part. No, you get the first part.
Can I keep it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
It's yours, sir. Anyway, sir, I'm lucky to be standing here today. I got involved in a sign accident in 2003. The sign weighed probably 2,000 pounds or better. And the sign fell on my back, broke my back in 6 spots, and just shattered my femur. Anyway, I was off work for almost a year, and in the hospital for about a month.
Did you fully recover, 100%?
No, sir. I went back to work. I motored my way through work every day in a lot of pain.
You're still working, obviously?
In 2013, I decided to go on my own and try selling signs for myself, making smaller signs.
Are you in pain much?
I'm in pain every day, sir.
All day, for
All
the most
day.
part?
Every day I wake up, every day I go to bed. But anyway,
Do you have to take some sort of painkillers, obviously?
I take Norcos, what they call Norcos.
Yeah, I'm
take those
familiar.
4 times a day.
Every day of your life.
Anyway, sir, in July of this year, I met Tracy.
How'd you meet her?
I was looking for work, going on the streets and just seeing people that look like they need new signs.
Let me hear from you. Give me some background, then we'll get into the specifics.
Yeah, and I come from a family of entrepreneurs. And owning a restaurant has been a lifelong dream of me and my dad. My dad passed 9/11/1995. However, I was able to open a restaurant, and I named it after my dad.
What's the name of it?
Johnny B. Chicken, Fish, and More.
Where are you all from?
I'm from Griffith. I'm from originally Chicago,
Yeah,
but my
where's your
restaurant
restaurant?
in Griffith, Indiana.
All right. Mm-hmm.
My restaurant to me is not just a restaurant with good food, but it's a restaurant that I call a little safe haven for the kids that's in that area, Griffith and other places. They come in there
That's
to
beautiful.
eat.
You feed the kids in
Yeah.
the community free.
Yeah, some
Good.
of them. Some of them have to pay. If they come in there
What
and they don't
percent?
have enough,
Just
I will
curious.
feed them. Yes.
Just curious, what percentage have to pay?
There were like 10 basketball players that came in, and about 7 of them were eating. And I said, "Why aren't you eating? You don't like my food?" They was like, "No, we just don't have the money." I goes, "Okay, but what do you want?" And they say, "We don't have the money." I said, "I didn't ask you that.
Okay.
What do you want to eat?"
Do you do that often?
Yes, I do.
Good.
And that's because me being a child, my mom passed when I was 13. And it was in our store. And I actually saw her laying in a puddle of blood, and I went through a lot of pain, not being able to talk for a while because of what I saw,
Because of the trauma.
feeling the trauma. And that alone helps me to help others if I feel like you're going through something or
How did
whatever.
you say she passed?
Gun violence. She was shot in our store. Even today, I'm older, much older, but I can still replay it sometimes in my mind what happened.
No, that trauma doesn't leave.
No. So when
40
kids,
years later, I'm still traumatized by what happened with me or my mother. I took care of her the last 12 months of cancer, just she and I together. So
Yeah.
I understand.
so you know what I'm going
Yeah.
through. So when I see a kid come in not able to pay, even an adult, I say, okay. And I will go ahead and feed them. My pastor gave me a stack of Bibles. He said, "I know you're trying to help people physically and mentally." I'm like, "Hey, I don't I mean, I go to church and I know the Bible, but I can't. He said, well, you're not the minister. Just give it to him. You never know who really needs it. And that's
Now,
what
does
I
he
do.
send the church folks over after service?
Yes, he does
Good.
now.
All
yes,
right.
they do.
Just want to make sure he's giving you more than just the Bible. All right, you in business.
Yeah.
All right. And what's your pastor's name?
That's Reverend L.R. Hint.
All right, he's a good man, and we appreciate him. And you want to tell me why we're suing the defendant today?
Well, sir, like I said, I met Tracy in July. I went to her business and was going to make her a couple signed faces. Well,
What was on there when you went?
there was vinyl readings on there already. I don't know if you know what that is, but there was vinyl on the signed faces already. And she said she would take the vinyl off. So I knocked my price from $500 and some odd dollars to $400.
How big was the sign?
4 by 8. 2 of them.
Pretty
actually.
good price.
2 of them, actually. I thought it was a real good price, sir, to be honest with you. I told Tracy, you want to do this? I need a down payment. So she finally, after 4 or 5 times going out there, she gives me a down payment, which already ate up part of the profit in the job just going out there. And I told her it's going to be about 4 to 5 days before I can get this done. After I put up the sign the following Monday, I found out the check that she wrote me previous had bounced.
Oh, man, what do you say to this? Now, the pastor must not have been sending too many people over there.
Well, Your Honor, at the time, the restaurant wasn't open. I was just getting everything together.
Okay.
And Danny did come by while I was getting everything together, asking me, did I want? I said, Danny, not right now. I don't have enough. That's how come he came back so many times. Finally, when I thought I had enough to get everything, I said, Danny, here's the sign. I've got copies of what it was that I wanted. I said, here's the sign. This is, that's the sign.
Storefront.
Storefront and the check.
So when you tried to get your, well, I'll let you finish, ma'am. What did you want to
So when I showed him, if you see the first one with the chicken that says Johnny B, that was the original way that I wanted the sign. The chicken, the one that you see with the chicken. And he said, well, I can't do it exactly like that, but we'll work out. So he sent me a couple of emails. I said, okay. I said, Danny, here's a deposit. When you come out, I'll give you the balance in cash. I said, did you want me to give it to you, make it out to you, or to your company? He said, to me. I said, okay.
I got you, ma'am. My question to you is, did you bounce the check? If so, why?
Yes.
All
check
right,
did
why?
not clear. Because there was a lot of other things that came in, and I told Danny that I was
So
still
it had
paid.
nothing to do with the job he did.
No. I tried, Danny, I told him to meet me a couple of times at the restaurant. I live in Chicago. The restaurant wasn't open
You
yet.
tried to pay him, and
I
what?
tried to pay him, and he told me, I said, Danny, I'm here. I'm finna go pay you. Can I meet you? He said,
How about
no.
now? Can you pay him now? That's
Yeah.
an easy one if
He
that's
told
the
me
problem.
no.
Yeah, let's do the Christian thing. We're gonna pay him
Okay.
today.
Okay.
All right, $210 is your judgment. Her only defense is that she hadn't been able to find you.
Yeah.
All right, and so I found you all for her. So I
Yes,
should
you did.
I should get something out of that.
Finder's fee.
Yeah, I should get a
You got
finder's
all
fee.
signed.
All right, so you get 200 and I get 10.
I'll give you a jerk
Have a
taco.
good day.